everyone, this is Cameron with the Burnside team at Keller Williams Real Estate. On today's video, we're going to talk about the holidays. It is December time and it's getting close to Christmas. And so people are starting to think about, well, I'm just going to wait until after the first of the year, and that's when I'm going to go ahead and sell my house. It doesn't always work out exactly like that. Sometimes people need to sell a house because of a job transfer. They all of a sudden found a house they really want to move into, so they need to sell their house quickly. So there are times when people are selling their house during their holidays, and that's okay. Houses sell all year long. There's some justification and some reasons why sometimes it's more important to look at more interest rates and inventory than it is as far as seasonality. Yes, there are fewer homes that go on the market and there are also fewer buyers out there, but that doesn't mean that all of a sudden the faucet turns off and no one's buying a house. So what I wanted to do is talk about a couple of things right now that you can look at doing if in case you are needing to sell your house during the Christmas or New Year's holidays. So the first thing is that you really want to, especially during this time of year, enhance the curb appeal, because you're not going to have the bushes, the trees, the green shrubbery, those kinds of things to really enhance what it looks like on the outside. You need to make up for that. So Christmas decorations, whether you like them or you don't, it's always a good idea to have those out, especially when it's getting colder and darker at night. It's nice to have kind of a warm glow around it. So we do recommend doing some light Christmas decorations. Kind of creates the holiday season. Also pay very close attention to what your yard's looking like right now. While you're not going to be mowing it and trimming the bushes, now is the time, if you are looking to sell because everything else is dead, really make sure that all those flower beds are clear of leaves. Make sure that you don't have things that are piled up on the side of the driveway, because now everything that is out in your yard, in your front yard, in your backyard is now going to be even more noticeable because you don't have some of those things to distract it. So pay close attention to that. The next point is to really make the interior feel cozy. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna have people coming in from out of the cold. So this is where you want to focus on making sure your lighting is really, really good. I always recommend when people are selling their house to go in and make sure all of your light bulbs work and make sure they're all the same kind. It's important that at this point, if you're looking to sell your house, that you don't have those light bulbs that you plug in that take a while to light up and are kind of dim when you first start them. So get rid of those. Make sure that you have, if you have windows and they have drapes or curtains, that those are always pulled away, they're out, and that especially this time of year, because light is so important, you really want to make sure you focus on getting those windows cleaned. While it's Christmas, people say, well, should I put up the Christmas tree? Should I put up the Christmas decorations? If you're selling during this time of year, then that's an absolute yes. You want to make it look fun, festive, create that mood when you're coming in and having a good time when you're going into your house. People ask me, well, do we need to have things being baked or cooked? I wouldn't say that. It's really hard to time all of that. If you're going to be cooking and making nice things, that's fantastic. But I wouldn't make it a priority of baking cookies every time there's a showing. That can just get very, very taxing. And it doesn't take a long time for you to get tired and worn out of that. So I wouldn't worry about that. But it is a good thing to put in some of those Scentsy candles, some of the plug-ins to create some nice festive, the tree smells, the candy cane smells. Those things aren't bad. Just be very careful because you can go overboard really easily on those kinds of things. Those help especially if you have maybe a little bit of a faint pet odor or things that can also help kind of combat that as well. But you just really want to be careful because as people are now focusing more on the inside, they're not looking quite as much on the exterior. This is the time that you want to get rid of as much clutter as you can so you feel like you have a good big space, especially if you're now adding more Christmas decorations. So maybe even more than normal. Get rid of the things that you're not planning to take with you now. Donate, sell, get rid of as much as you possibly can. And then the third thing is, this is universal. And people sometimes don't realize how important this is, but making sure that you price your house competitively. You can have the picturesque house on the market, but if it's not priced right, then it doesn't matter all the things that I just said or anything else that I say, it won't help. So make sure that you're really paying close attention and that you are looking at not only what houses have sold for in the last couple of months, but pay very close attention to what is available on the market right now, because that will determine the effectiveness of your price currently with the agents and the buyers that are out looking for house, especially this time of year. There are times sometimes when you go into the end of the year where your houses that have sold in the summer might be higher comparables than what you're actually going to get in the winter time, because in our market right now we're starting still a little bit of an ebb and flow as far as our values go. So you just have to be careful with that. So be very sensitive to pricing as you are putting it up closer to the end of the year. But in conclusion, you can sell a home during the holiday season, during Christmas, during New Year's. It happens every year. We've had some amazing quarters, amazing last months of the year going into the first months of the year. If you have specific questions, pick up the phone, give me a call, let me know. I'm happy to walk you through scenarios and what I am suggesting and what I'm seeing out there is to be the best practice. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and look forward to connecting with you next year.